So this is question 3 of the crime and punishment paper. And the important thing to know about this question is it's brand new this year to the exam paper. So if you're looking at past papers, you won't see this type of question, but it will be in your exam when you sit it. And question 3 is a source question. It is asking you how useful a certain source is for finding out about something. For example, this source here is asking you how useful this source is for finding out about the treatment of conscientious objectors. So it's really important that we focus on their treatment, what this source tells us. For example, we can tell that they were arrested, that they were beaten up, that they were treated really badly, and they were treated badly by the government. That is what the source tells us. Therefore, we need to use the phrase, "This source is useful for finding out about the treatment of conscientious objectors because." If you use that phrase, you're making it really obvious to the examiner that you understand the question. It is also asking you to use your own knowledge. So use the information from the source, but also bring in everything you know about conscientious objectors. For example, the fact that they were given white feathers, that they were asked to do work building roads. It's at the end really important that you make a judgment, that you say it is or isn't useful. We can see it's an 8-mark question, so we're looking for about 3 different reasons why this source is useful. The one last thing we really need to pay close attention to is the provenance, where the source comes from. For example, this source comes from an official debate in Parliament. So if we look at the mark scheme, we can see why looking at the provenance is important. To move into a level 3, we need to be discussing why the source is reliable. And we know from the provenance that this is an official debate in Parliament, and it is a record that's been kept. So therefore, it's very reliable because we know that these records are very accurate, so we can trust that this has been said. However, to move into a level 3, we also need to be discussing usefulness. If we don't mention useful and reliable in the answer to this question, we cannot get full marks. So we need to be saying it is useful because, it's not useful because, and also it is or isn't reliable. If we use all those phrases, we would move into a level 3. If we look at the mark scheme, we can see they've given some examples of why it's useful. It's useful because it's shown us that some people were treated this way. However, it doesn't tell us anything about why they were treated this way, or is this what happened to everyone? It is just an example of 2 different soldiers. And we've already mentioned reliable, so if we did both of those, we would get full marks.